Hello, I am Yashwada Vadade from TY CSC AIDS branch. Today I am going to explain servlet architecture and its working. So first of all, what is a servlet architecture? Servlet architecture defines the interaction between web clients and server-side Java components. So, servlet architecture is a servlet-side components-based high architecture in which Java servlets act as a intermediates between clients request, usually HTTP requests from a browser, and server response, usually HTML content. It is a part of the Java EE platform and runs inside a servlet container like Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat means it is an open source web server and servlet container developed by the Apache Software Foundation. So it is used to deploy and run Java-based web applications that are built using Java servlets, Java server pages. So purpose enables dynamic web content generation and smooth client-server communication. So components involves client request, servlet container, servlet and response delivery. So next is a servlet lifecycle. The servlet class is loaded into memory by the servlet container, and instance of the servlet is created only once. So first is initialization method. Servlet is loaded and initialized via the init method. This method, once when the servlet is first created, used for initial setup like opening database connections or reading configuration files. So second is a request handling. In this, each time a request is made to the servlet, it receives HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response objects. It dispatches the request to get, to post, etc. based on the request method. So third one is a destroy method, called once when the servlet is being taken out of service. Example, server shutdown, used to release resources like closing database connections. This is servlet lifecycle. So servlet architecture overview. First is client sends HTTP request typically via web browser or apps. Second is web server receives client requests and delegates them to servlet container. Third one is servlet container manages servlet lifecycle and executes servlet code. So fourth one is servlet Java class processing requests and dynamically generating responses. Next is servlet working step by step. So first one is a client request. In this step, the browser client sends an HTTP request like clicking a link or submitting a form to the web server. Second one is request delegation. Web server forwards request to servlet container. Web server receives the request, forwards it to the servlet container like Tomcat. So third one is servlet processing. The servlet Java class process the request by executing Java code, reading input or doing business logic. So fourth one is response generation. In this, the servlet creates a response, usually in the HTML using a HTTP servlet response. So last step is a response delivery. The web server sends the response back to the browser where it is displayed to the user. So this is a step-by-step working a servlet. Key classes in servlet API. So first one is HTTP servlet request. Capture client request data like parameters and headers. HTTP servlet response helps construct the HTTP response including headers and content. Servlet configuration provides servlet configuration information during initialization. servlet context, shared environment info accessible across all servlet in the container. So last one is HTTP servlet. Base class to create HTTP servlet by overriding request methods. So this is a small servlet code example. Hello World is a servlet that runs on a web server. It extends HTTP servlet so it can handle HTTP request. The doGet method runs when a browser sends a GET request, like when opening a web page. So in this code, res.setContentType bracket double quote text /HTML. This is tells the browser that the response is a HTML. And res.getWriter prepares to write the response, and next out println round bracket. This is sends back HTML with a hello world in the big letters. Advantages of a servlet's performance. Servlets runs in a server memory enabling faster request processing. Portability means Java-based platform, independent and widely supported. So next is security. Leverages Java security model with a built-in sandboxing features. So last one is extensibility. Easy to extend with filters, listeners and JSP integration. So, conclusion. Servlet architecture enables dynamic, efficient web application development. Understanding lifecycle and key classes ensures smooth servlet implementation. Its performance and security benefits make it the backbone of Java web apps. So, thank you.